What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching Coddiwomple Overland. On this episode, we're going to finish Lockhart Basin and take on Hurrah Pass as we continue our 2021 Utah-Colorado expedition. Coddiwomple Overland is proudly powered by Dan Cummins Off-road, home of the Lifetime powertrain. Also in part by Overland Vehicle Systems, Faster Flate, and Trail-Rated Coffee. When we left you on last episode, we had made it to a plateau on the north end of Lockhart Basin right before the really tough section. Four-wheeling in the desert is a lot different than it is on the eastern United States. To make that even more difficult, when it rains as much as it has over the last several days, you're not just running through the dry desert, you're running through miles and miles of thick mud. Before the trip, we had all discussed the possible need for extra fuel. Our legs between resupply or refuel stops was going to be about 150 miles each. Kelly and I decided to bring extra fuel just in case we weren't going to get the mileage that we thought we might. In Nancy and Alan's hurry to catch back up with the group, they forgot to refuel when they came through Blanding, and they had actually not refueled for 70 miles before then. This ran them short on their fuel, and Kelly gave them his extra fuel to be able to make it on in. Mike didn't think it would be any problem at all for his Jeep to do 150 miles off-road on a tank full, so he didn't bring any fuel either. So what we decided the next morning was, since that two of the vehicles were running pretty low, we had about 25 miles of trail to go, we decided to just take Kelly's truck, run on into town, and get some fuel while everybody else was able to sleep in and enjoy the morning. So Kelly and I took off in the Power Wagon right at daybreak, thinking we would make a pretty quick trip and be back in 4 hours or so. It was right about the time we made this turn when we realized it may take a little longer than planned.
This is really the trail?
Yes, this is the trail. Might as well get out.
And we're going to have to come up this later.
Yeah.
There's nothing up here to winch to.
There's a big rock back there too.
Yeah, this is...
At this exact time, we knew we were in for a long, long day.
What, are you bringing me right over that? I'm just gonna take this one on the right on the slider.
We were picking our way through the obstacles pretty good, and in some places down here you really have to watch to make sure you're staying on the right trail. Which in this particular spot, with the amount of rain we had, it was really hard to tell which way to go from where I was standing at this point. And it was here where things were going from a rough morning to a completely terrible start to a day.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Bill? Oh, okay. But I'm on my slider and not my gas tank. Okay. Oh boy. Here, can I bump it?
Yep, the Power Wagon's stuck. And just so you know, there's not a whole lot of stuff in the desert to use for an anchor.
Here, get that picture. Here we go. Man.
Straighten your wheels up. Which way you want to go, Kelly?
Yeah.
This one little wrong turn would take us an hour and a half to get out of. So much for it only being a 4-hour trip. The farther down the canyon we got, the easier the obstacles got, but it still took us right at 2 hours to make it out of the canyon. After we were off the Lockhart Basin trail, we thought we were home free and it was just going to be a nice easy cruise on into Moab.
Welcome to my world.
Go my way.
I should just straight down here.
Yeah, straight
Yeah,
down.
with that.
We've made it across Hurrah Pass. We were just cruising along, minding our own business, having a great time, thinking that we were going to be to Moab here in just a little bit, going to get fuel, be right back, no problems. And then
This hill on GRMS last night, and he's lived out there for 15 years, and he's like, "Oh, you stuck at the water crossing, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How wide is it?" I was like, "Well, right now it's probably about 30 feet." He's like, "Has anybody weighted it yet?" We're like, "Hell no." No, nobody has put their life at risk to see how deep the water was.
Yeah. This one's good.
And he's like, and we got 911 on OnStar last night because that was the only thing working out here.
so all of the rain that fell yesterday finally made its way to this crossing yesterday evening. These folks tried to cross it. Obviously they didn't make it, and they became stranded all night until the local wrecker could get there. They were extremely lucky they just got stranded and not swept away. So by the time the local wrecker service had gotten the stranded vehicle out, the county showed up and got the inloader out. Apparently this is a normal occurrence as they leave the inloader parked just on the other side of this creek crossing.
Yeah. Masoki's just grossly underestimated how quickly this river's flowing.
Well, I was thinking we could have slept in this morning and got here
When this was all done, right?
We didn't know that.
We did not know that. So now we're waiting on the county to clear out this. Took the county about 45 minutes or so to clear it just enough to where it's passable by four-wheel drive vehicles. Then everybody were able to make their way through so he could finish. We finally made it to Moab and to Dixie four-wheel drive, where we picked up a few extra jerry cans to be able to get fuel. The trip back up to this point was fairly uneventful. The end loader had cleared out most of the road. We were able to stay in contact with Deb and the rest of the crew via the Spot GPS device and by ham radio.
KL4 CJM, Coddiwomple on Overland. You can copy, we just crossed over Hurrah Pass.
As we made it past the turnoff to Chicken Corners, things were about to get serious again. It was time to climb back up Lockhart Basin. While Kelly and I were making our way up the canyon, Deb and everybody else was able to watch us from above at the campsite.
That looks scary. You can see them, guys. That wash through there. How in the heck they get through that in the dark? They're coming up this swirl right here. No, that's it. That's where we're going. Yeah. That's that hard rock hill that they were talking about. See tire tracks down there. That must be steep.
There you go, straight, Kelly.
We were slowly making our way closer and closer to the top, but as we got closer to the top, the obstacles became more and more difficult.
I got you. Straight up. Perfect. Yeah. All right, back up. Other way. Other way. Straighten up. Come on, you got it, Kelly. You almost had it. Let me look. Just let it crawl a little bit. Just give it some power and let it crawl up. Let it eat. Back up, we'll try to go all the way to the right side. Stop right there. Come straight to me. Right there. Bump it. Back up just a touch and bump it. Right there. Yep, right there. Bump it. My brother, you just came up Lockhart Basin without a winch.
Woo! Damn!
After a small celebration, we made our way on around the contour there and back to camp where everybody was waiting on us. They already had camp tore down and ready to go. We put fuel back in the rigs, and it was time to get all 4 of them back down the canyon.
Let me readjust. You're good. Coming down in the back. Down. Getting ready to drop back? There you go. That lifted a tire.
You ready to drop? Now.
Oh, that worked perfect.
Easy. Coming down.
Wait. Come down. A little more. Dropping easy. Dropping.
Get up here, you're going to turn passenger just a touch.
As we made it to Chicken Corners, we met some great people who happened to be subscribers to the channel and had a really cool dog.
Bye.
Next, we were on our way along the Colorado River, making our way towards Hurrah Pass.
You see that mailbox back there?
Yep.
I can see why people say this place never gets old. We have been across Hurrah Pass now 3 times today, and the sunlight at different times made everything look just a little bit different.
Oh my gosh, it's tilted and everything.
Yeah. We made it to the top of Hurrah Pass, where we stopped, got out, checked out the sights, and just hung out a minute and took it all in.
All that came from that?
This river flows the wrong way.
Yeah, it feels like we're going uphill.
Yeah.
The river's flowing now.
Oh.
By this time, we were almost back into Moab. Everybody decided since we were about halfway through our trip, this would be a good time to stop, get a motel, do some laundry, and just relax a little bit. You want to check out next episode too, as we visit Onion Creek and check out the dinosaur tracks along the Porcupine Rim. Thanks again for watching Coddiwomple Overland. Remember, check out Dan Cummins, home of the Lifetime Powertrain. Until next time, see ya.